Okay, all the decrees are being handled. Let's go for a quick rest and then we'll march out again. We talk to Irabeth first though. I found out how the demon snuck up on us. It won't happen again. Irabeth nods grimly. I've been told you protect us from surprise attacks and save the poor fellows who were maimed by demonic rituals. Those poor lads, what they've become. I hope the clerics will be able to heal them or at least ease their suffering. I have to go. How close are we to next level? Oh, we are miles away. We do have quite a bit of gear on us as well, so I might go try and sell what we can.
I will guide us.
Oh, actually, before we do anything, let's try and throw some new equipment on people. She can wear the white dragon. And it would be better for her than leather armor +2. It becomes easily more flat-footed, though. Yeah, no, I think the leather armor is actually better for her at this rate. So. We'll give her the chainmail camaraderie. I think that should be good for her. Does it affect her ability to shoot? It doesn't. So we'll give her the chainmail camaraderie. Her bow, which is a keen composite blade +2, is probably the best bow that we've got, so we'll leave her as she is. Your agile hand axe. Yeah, that's a little bit better than your... I'd say that's a bit better than your dwarven axe. I would give you Scorpion's Kiss, but... Actually, Scorpion's Kiss would be better. Wait, where's his hand axe? Where's his old hand axe? There it is. So... Oh no, that's still better. Fair enough. Okay, so yeah, no new shit for you there. Armor-wise, we could give you the white dragon. Yeah, we'll give him the white dragon. Now that I think about it, he already has a ring +2 protection. Provide wisdom. My fist. That's need to give you. There's a ring of the avenging ring. When the wearer in this room becomes target for the opportunity attacks. Damage. Ooh, Stealer. That would be good for you. But you've already got good stuff though, so I can't really give it to you. Let's give it to him. Arashale, before I forget, braces of armor. She's already got armor, so that doesn't really help. Braces of heavenly hand. She's already got the marksman braces though, so. Yeah, that would be good for you actually. Braces of armor. I take that off him, so he gets shitter rolls when he's in archery mode, but I could give him a 32 armor class. Hydrate, give me 2 moments, dude, and I'll do that for you. Just gonna quickly set up all my classes. Yeah, he's got perfect. He's already got the perfect stuff. He's got the amazing head thing. I think everyone is pretty much stacked when it comes to their shit. Apart from Nenio, because Nenio I don't really use. Let's give her the ability to make demons. Make her intellect a bit better. Give her some gloves. Oh no. Yeah, they don't actually help, but we'll give her those anyway. Social. A weapon is a strength-based one. You are a wisdom-based class, so we give you that. What about Darian? Let's have a look at his armor situation. He's currently wearing studded armor of Trinity. I'm actually comfortable with him wearing that armor. You've got more orders penance, which is... I think that's the best it's going to be, isn't it? Oh, Malander's penance, sorry. Amelia are currently wearing Lady Calandria's chain shirt. You could be wearing something better, I think, like the chainmail of the Dragonfly, which actually wouldn't be better because it's a yeah, no, so she's good as she is. Yeah, I'm happy. Oh wait, no rapier. That's a okay. So it's just this rapier is not as good as hers anyway. Sunstroke, we don't use those. Okay, so let's just put the rest. Let's put the rest of this shit in here. So put the spear. Oh, I just put. Fuck, I just put you. Put the S-Talk back in. That dagger. Put you. Put you. Actually, not. Fuck it. I don't need that mace. We'll sell that mace. It's not a mace I intend to keep. Yeah, I don't know why I'm keeping half this shit. Like, we're just gonna sell all of this crap. Hasty Eradicator. Yeah, we'll sell that. I know that he's already got better shit. There's nothing here that I want to keep. Nothing there. Put this books and that away. Okay, let's go for a rest and then we'll sell some stuff. And thank you for the hydrate, dude.
Out of curiosity, Greybore, how much do you charge for your services?
A lot. What if my prospective client washes my dishes at the campsite and budges up to give me a dry spot for my tent? I can offer a discount.
How very kind of him. Okay, let's go sell some stuff. To the streets.
Let us press on.
We just want to go sell this stuff quickly and then we can leave. Oh, we need to actually, before we leave, we need to go to the storyteller and do some hand some stuff in. We need to keep the web striker. All right, what's that? Wow, gleaming branded armor, or banded armor. Wow, that's actually really good armor. Not as good as my carapace armor. Mark nature. There's not really much else that's going to be worthwhile, I don't think. Holy, it's always a short bow. A speed composite bow +3. That is technically better than her bow. Doesn't mean you can't use haste. That's 50 grand though. I don't really want to pay 50 grand for a bow. Got a belty mighty con, a rough landing braces, braces of rough landing, giant strength, jousting. Oh, if you've got a horse in that, then they very quickly become crap. We'll just sell what we've got. Go. Storyteller, I wish to talk to you. You're as a man on the streets, but a bitch in the sheets. That's a bit rude. Greetings, Samael. Have you brought me a new story? I found in the molten scar. Storyteller cringed and put his hand on the bloodstained pages. His face contorts into a painful grimace, his voice trembling with terror. No, he is here again. That terrible grating voice, the horrific semblance of a face, the monstrous appearance, myriad insects forming a body with 2 arms and 2 legs. He touches me, and disgusting creatures attack my flesh, covering me. They are eating me. They are hungry and will devour everything except my eyes and tongue, so that I can see this damn page. So that I can translate the runes written in the ancient, long-forgotten elven language, and I translate it. It hurts so much. I tried to lie to him. I changed the translation, but he saw through my lie. He got angry. Now I'm not lying. I'm not. He takes one of the insects from my face and squishes it with his fingers over the inkwell. Then he dips the quill in it and writes it with my blood over the runes. And I continue to dictate. Calistria, when will this be over? Let me die. Danifil, let me die. Storyteller jerks back his hand terrified. Oh god, such horrible torture. This man was just tortured to decrypt my notes. He was so tormented that his suffering became so thick like molasses. My mind is drowning in it. My own memories are hidden by these images of horror. I can try to get through to them, but I will need your help. Tell me everything you've seen and heard. I will try to lean on your words to use them as a light in the darkness of my forgotten past. Storyteller takes the bloodstained page carefully, as though handling a dangerous insect. I see a magic shape. There is a force pulsating in the center. You've seen the ritual. Tell me, what was its central point? It's a magical knot. The center of the magic shape was a prisoner. Storyteller shivers. Yes, a storm of force spiraling into a sharp knife and a living soul inside in the eye of the whirlwind. There must be a living soul, for the knife is just a tool. The energies are too bright. I can't see through the glare. What did you see during the ritual? What is it like? It looked like a small rift was open to the abyss. Yes, a rift, an umbilical cord connecting the worlds, allowing not only sentient creatures, but planar energies to travel through it. I remember it, and the sound. I remember the sound. Words appealing to some forces, those performing the ritual. Did there some incarnations? They repeated the word Ravuk. The old elf was out of breath, overwhelmed by memories. Ravuk, no name. An old word with tremendous power. The language to which it belongs died a long time ago, but the power of this word lives on. In the past, wizards used it in rituals when they intended to do something far-reaching and contrary to the natural order of things. By hiding their names, they protected themselves from the consequences and the wrath of the gods. Ravuk, I have no name. You will not find me. Storyteller trembles as if he's about to fall. Now I remember. I know where I saw this ritual. Part of it. I am just one step closer to understanding what happened to me. The storyteller clenches the paper you brought, his voice becoming a bit younger and more energetic. My hand touches the stone wall. The cold pierces my palm like the tent of a hungry dog sinking into a piece of meat. I don't take my hand away. I let stone enjoy my warmth in return for its services. It accepts my caress and asks a question, the one it's been asked thousands upon thousands of times. Where should I go next? Behind me I hear the loud stomping of the minotaurs that guard the god-forsaken place. I tricked and outwitted them, leaving only a trace of my presence. There is darkness lurking up ahead, honing its claws and teeth in the hopes that a rare traveler visits its lair. But today, it will get no one. This labyrinth is alive. Its red-veined stone walls resemble the guts of a huge creature. If you keep still and listen close, you can hear it breathing in the wind and sweeps through this place. Where do I go from here? Forward, to the place whence the wind carried a faint chuckle, whence comes the faint smell of ash, whence a few ages ago Demon Lord Baphomet began his great escape. Baphomet, are you inside his labyrinth? Yes, I travelled through the Ivory Labyrinth. This is not the most pleasing of my journeys, but it is necessary to reach my goal. How were you able to invade all the dangers of the Ivory Labyrinth? The storyteller raises his chin proudly. I've forgotten who you are speaking to. I'm the last of the Archmage of Kyonin. I have been to many dangerous places, and this is just one of the many. It won't be my last. What do you need from the Ivory Labyrinth? An answer to a question, a key to a secret, knowledge that can save many lives. A sliver of malice appears on the storyteller's lips. My kinfolk were weaklings and cowards. They ran from danger, but one stood up to me, my enemy, and Baphomet will give me the weapon to win. Please continue. Several years I thought about how to defeat Earthfall. My enemy has no flesh and is impossible to kill. It blazes through everything in its path. It doesn't enslave, but it destroys its life itself. And I found the answer. I know how to save my world. Earthfall came to destroy Golarion. Its strike was brutal, and my world barely withstood it. But what if Earthfall was resisted, but not one world, but several worlds at once? What if Heaven or Elysium came to help the dying Golarion? If I managed to merge my world with another, meld them together, the power of the disaster will weaken. The denizens of Golarion will be able to temporarily take shelter in the adjacent plane. Civilizations will not die. Our culture will continue to exist. We will not be forgotten. Baphomet, the cunning and insidious lord of Minotaurs, was once a captive in Asmodeus' prison. But only 10 years passed before Baphomet was able to escape, taking his own prison with him, which later became the Ivory Labyrinth. Such an achievement deserves respect, and is the goal of my research. Moving matter between planes is what interests me now. I stop near the strange symbols covering the walls of the labyrinth. I run my hand over them to ensure they are real. Encrypted riddles drawn by Baphomet during his imprisonment. I take out the back of a notebook, and painstakingly copy the symbols onto it. Behind me, 2 Minotaurs are fighting, deceived by the net of spells I wrapped around myself like a blanket. You want to connect planes? That's dangerous. The elf is silent for a moment. When he talks, there is disdain in his voice. Dangerous, difficult, almost impossible, but tell me, is this risk not worth the Fastalan Empire perishing before my eyes? Does Galgan, the Cyclops kingdoms, deserve death? What about the Aboleth Empire? The storyteller moves his lips silently. Another plane will pay saving Galarian. There will be wars, and the new world will come, but we will survive. We will defeat Earthfall, and history will not condemn the victors. About a covered notebook, the one your mentor gave you. Storyteller lowers his head, but a moment later jerks back up. Yes, blinded by my pride. I tore it to pieces when I thought I would not follow my kinfolk. But I am still not going to run, but the knowledge written in the notebook by my former master might serve my purpose. The elves managed to open a portal to Sovereignland, and keep it open until all our people escaped from Golarion. Their cowardice deserves disdain, but their knowledge is unquestionable. I return to Caradon and gather the pieces of my torn notebook. Now it is my sword aimed at the heart of Earthfall. By combining the wisdom of the elves and the cunning of Baphomet, I will save the world. What happened next? I copied the strange symbols into the notebook. I haven't the slightest idea what these scribbles mean. What was the future Demon Lord thinking when he wrote them, while he was imprisoned in a cell with no way out? Why was he still in his right mind? I will need help to understand these notes. Otherwise, decrypting them might take more time than Pharasma has given me. One of the Minotaurs behind me killed the other one, tore his heart out and devoured it. His bloodstained nose sniffs the air sharply. His bloodshot eyes shift from wall to wall. He senses a stranger, but he doesn't scare me. I'm certain of my powers and the spell is hiding me. I've done my work and can now leave this place, and I still linger. What is this strange presence I feel behind me, like someone is watching me despite all protective spells? Who are you? I ask carefully, not hoping for an answer. Darkness. Boy, female voice whispers in my ear. Against my will, I shudder. Storyteller stops for a long while. The vision ended at the most interesting moment, didn't it? He says bitterly at last. Please, from the next pages of the notebook. This bark-covered book. I must know what happened next. Tell me about your journey to the Ivory Labyrinth. My hand touches the stone wall. The cold piece. Okay. Thank you for stories. I found a page that might intro. Actually, wait. Oh. Please tell me the answer. Let me touch on my toe. Exceed. The storyteller runs a finger over the piece of old cloak. I sense power. The title belongs to someone truly powerful. It was created as a gift. It's so hazy. I would like to learn this story, but it would take much to revive such a mighty relic. If you could get 5 vials of magic essence, 2 cold iron bars, 2 vials of demon blood, and 3 skins of magical creatures, I will try to resolve it. Shall we? I found a page that might interest you. The storyteller takes your find. Yes, you are right. Another piece of evidence from the past I have forgotten. The old elf's expression becomes withdrawn. Thank you. If you find more pages like these, please bring them to me. Maybe putting them together, I'll be able to lift the veil of my mystery. There we go. Storage kind of turns to the place you brought. His voice becomes a bit younger and more energetic. It's been 2 years since I started to serve the darkness. She found me in the Ivory Labyrinth, her gaze piercing through all my protective spells as if they had been cast by an untrained apprentice rather than the lost archmage of Kaionin. She's powerful and insidious. She's the perfect assassin. Her name is Noctula. She invited me to Alshunia, city of demons in the depths of the abyss, the capital of the Midnight Isles. The Lady in Shadow highly values my ability to remain unnoticed. Kneeling before her throne, I listened to her praise and felt like a child being given a pat on the head for doing some simple chore for the first time. But this is no longer important. Now I serve a Demon Lord, for this is our agreement. She'll help me decrypt the scribbles I copied from the Ivory Labyrinth. In return, I will serve her as court mage and spy for the next 17 years. Now Alshira is my home, and Noctula is my lady in shadow. Tell me about your life there. Of all the places in the abyss, it is the most civilized. My lady wants to make her capital the face of the abyss. A place travelers from other planets can visit without too much fear. I don't care. I'm here only to complete my service, get the promised reward, and return to Golarion. However, strange as it may be, this place's demons treat me honorably. They hate me, sometimes growl at me, but they never attack. I prepare many spells and I'm ready to use them at any moment, but I've yet had no reason. It's time to move that army. It's not, mate. We've got to do stuff like this. I have my own tower in the upper city, not far from my lady's palace. I've strengthened it with protective spells and set golems to guard it. I've created a portal of Golarion at the top of the tower, one which only I can use. It will serve as my escape route if I need to flee urgently. I expect an attack every day, but it never happens. This might sound ridiculous and surprising, but I think the demons of Alushara respect me. Alushinra? You trust the Demon Lord. My lady in shadows has no reason to hide the truth from me. She does not care about my research. She offered me help out of curiosity. I'm something of a bizarre pet to her, both funny and useful. The storyteller shakes his head. She offered me help, and I agreed. I must thank my lady for her generosity. 17 years of service for translating 17 pages of phrases from Baphomet's library. A bargain. Please continue. The storyteller stays silent for a short while, as if listening to something. I can't smell anything but sewage. I can hear demons' snores or death rattles. Hidden by a cocoon of spells, I keep invisible watch in a dirty alley in Alushinra's lower city. Two winged shadows sweep past overhead, and a terrible stone-splitting shriek rolls like a tide throughout the streets. But he can't hurt me. I know the ways of the city and have protected myself from Valexia's wild antics. My voluntary partner, a young half-elf named Kinney, sighs loudly and yet says yet again, "They are not coming." I shrug, as I have done many times before. "I'm not keeping you." Kinney frowns and turns away in response. I sneak a look at my friend. He has unruly locks full over his face. Kinney carelessly sweeps them out of his eyes, thinking about something. I find myself enjoying his gentle movements and look away, embarrassed. Have a little more patience, my friend. Soon our goal will be here, I'm sure of it. You mentioned Vexellia. Alexia, tell me about her. Storyteller adds reluctant admiration. The maddest succubus of all those born in the abyss. Even my lady in shadows can't but smile upon hearing of the latest mayhem she stirred up just for fun. Surrounded by 3 succubi friends known as the Sinners, she flies naked over the city, crushing buildings. Her raging screams, grabbing poor passers-by, taking them up in the air and dashing them down onto the rocks. Getting into raging fights with no rhyme or reason. Truly, Vexellia is the bane of Alushinra, but also its wild heart. I didn't expect to find you out you had a partner. Her face lights up and a timid smile appears on his lips. I didn't expect it either. Kinney is from Golarion, just as I am. He's a thief and a former slave. He escaped the Cyclopses of the dying empire. I met him before I left Golarion for the Abyss. It's in my old tower. A thief who sought not my life, but a shelter. A place to spend the night, and protection from his former masters. My charms worked. Kinney couldn't get past the ground floor of the tower. That's where I found him, sitting on the floor, entangled in my trap's long living vines. I freed the hapless thief. I wasn't angry at his intrusion. I was even glad to talk with the restless youth of the short-lived folk. I had no idea how much I had missed companionship. After that, Kinney often spent the night in my tower, partaking of my hospitality. Together we lived through the terror of the Earthfall, and, when the time came, I took him to the Abyss. Recently, he has even helped me carry out some of my lady's tasks, those that give him the opportunity to make some money. Does your partner know about your goal to save Golarion? Oh yes, we've discussed my plans many times, sitting atop the tower, nursing goblets of warmed wine. He shares my love for our dear Golarion and supports my desire to save its doomed civilizations. The storyteller smiles warmly at the rush of memories. My friend is not like me at all. He is young, hot-tempered, and mischievous. He prefers to act first and deal with the consequences later. Perhaps this is why we get along so well. Opposites attract. Please continue. Finally, my patience is rewarded. I see a slouching demon in rags, so pathetic that even the demon scant of Alushinra would not lay a hand on him out of disgust. But my spell's enhanced vision can't be fooled. I see the incubus, Dephorian, the ruler of Alushinra, who answers only to the Lady in Shadows herself. Passing a step away from me, Zeophorian stumbles and falls into a puddle of sewage, rousing disdainful chuckles from the few witnesses. But I won't be fooled by this game. Instead, I concentrate, becoming even more focused. My lord, I've discovered the crystal of an unknown power on one of the Midnight Isles. Have a look. A hand holding out a heart-sized crystal burning with purple flame emerges from under the rags. The incubus's hand is shaking, the skin on his palm slightly smouldering from touching the crystal. The demon's reflection in the pod of the sewage ripples and changes. I don't hear Zeophorian talking to his mysterious lord. The incubus hides the purple crystal back under her rags. As you wish, my lord. No, Noctilla knows nothing about these crystals, I am sure. Of course, Lord Sukopinoff. I wince. I have no desire to stand in the way of a demon lord. I turn around. You see, Kinney, we were able to get evidence of Zephyrin's treason. I was right. My friend is nowhere to be seen. Who is Sukopinoff? Storyteller cringes. A disgusting demon lord. Champion of menaces, a meanness, debauchery, perversion, and breaker of taboos. He is Noctilla's brother and former lover. Out of jealousy, he tried in vain to kill my lady, but he remained alive after the attempt. He is driven by fear, shame, and hatred towards his powerful sister. Please continue. I am standing on top of my tower. There's a goblet of warm wine in my hand. Noctilla was pleased with my raid. No, oh no, she won't kill Zephyrin on the spot. My lady's punishments are much more sophisticated. Banishing, demotion, even transformation into the pathetic creature that the incubus was masquerading as. Noctilla has a lot of choices. I don't care. I've done my part. I sip from my goblet and turn to my friend. Without saying a word, Kinney takes out a rag from under his shirt and shows me the purple crystal wrapped in it. I chuckle. That's where my frown went at the end of the raid. Well, we're going to keep the crystal. I will study its properties in detail and find out if it will help us achieve our goal. Noctilla doesn't have to know that I have the crystal now. Let her look to Zephyrin on her own demon brother lord for it. I drink from the goblet again and look down. Alushinra lies at the bottom of the tower, like a faithful dog at the feet of its master. I earned respect here. Even the Lady in Shadow heeds my words. I feel like a treacherous smile appears on my lips. Of course, when 17 years have passed, I will turn to Glarion, but for now, I like my life here. Storyteller is quiet for a long while, thinking about what he saw, and then runs his hands over his eyes tired. I served a demon lord, and what's more, I liked it. I did not expect this for myself. I was completely different thoughts, different desires, motives. What made me change so much? I don't know. Storyteller shakes his head ruefully. And we'll just quickly re-ask it, so it's not like we haven't done it. Thank you. They have more pages. Storyteller clenches the pages you brought. His voice becomes a bit younger and more energetic. My feet are covered by a crawling carpet of locust. A few insects got under my clothes, under my shirt, down my neck, back, in my pants. They are crawling all over, tickling my skin with their little legs. They will not attack until they recognize me as a stranger. Dexterous spells are guarding me, allowing me to deceive the pestilence denizens of the rasping rifts. I keep very still. I am but an observer. Oh wait. Yeah, guys, yeah. I am but an observer, an uninvited guest who prefers to remain unnoticed. I don't hold my breath when a Demon Lord Deskari swings his scythe over Izyagana. I feel nothing when Izyagana deftly avoids the blow and tries to strike Deskari in return. I am here by the order of the Lady of Noctilla. Nocticula. There we go. I must observe the fight and then return to Alushinra. The affairs of Demon Lords do not concern me. Why did she send you to follow Deskari? Storyteller shrugs absently. I don't know, and I don't want to know. My service to the Lady in Shadows is almost over. It's the 70th year of my life in the Abyss, and I'm already counting the days to the end of my reign. Why kill you? God, all this fucking dialogue. It's a CRPG, dude. It's full of dialogue. That's how CRPGs work, my dude. Who is she? This person. She is a rising demon lord, servant of Lamashutu. She simultaneously inhabits seven mighty ant-like bodies. Izagana and Deskari are always snipping at each other, but they dare not enter into open war, fearing Lamashtu's wrath. Storyteller chuckles. The current fight is just a small quarrel, 1 in a million. She came to the Rasping Rift with only 3 of her 7 bodies. I'm sure it will be easy for Deskari to destroy the intruder. It's a lot, yeah, but it's because I've been putting it off. I like doing it all at once. Where is your friend Kinney now? The storyteller's lip parted a smile. Here, with me, of course. The stubborn lad refused to stay in Alushinra and volunteered to accompany to the Rasping Rifts. He said he wouldn't miss such an exciting adventure for the world. His youthful zeal and desire to live the life to the fullest seemed to make me younger too. Please continue. Riftcarver, Deskari's scythe, swings up again. With a whistle through the air, it lodged in the ant-like head of one of her bodies. Greenish slime splatters and the poisonous drop falling on my face. I keep very still. With a last convulsive movement, the ant-like body winces and tearing the scythe from Deskari's hand and jumping back only to drop it on its side and lie still. This loss will hardly worry Izanaga. To kill her, one must destroy her heart, which is hidden deep under Yanaron, a city in Lashmutu's realm. Disarmed, Deskari turns to Izanaga's second body that is attacking him. I slowly turn to Kearney, who is sitting next to me. My young friend is usually easily impressed by such mighty opponents fighting. The seat next to me is empty. Kearney is gone. Storyteller shivers and starts speaking faster. Forgetting about the danger, I look around for my friend. The swarm of locusts at my feet buzzes, displeased, but the need for secrecy no longer seems so important. Where is Kinney? After a long moment, I see him, and a treacherous shiver runs down my spine. My friend is standing over Izanaga's fallen body and reaches for Deskari's scythe sticking out of it. What's so special about Deskari's scythe? Riftcarver has the power over the material planes. Deskari made this scythe with his own hands from his mother skeleton. It can cut rifts in the planes between the planes themselves. The Demon Lord uses it to make Rasping Rifts, his own abyssal realm in the plane of the abyss. Please continue. Kinney, stop, don't touch it, I scream, throwing caution to the wind. My friend turns to me, his face baffled. I understand him to an extent. The scythe was able to repeat passages between planes, will certainly help us save Galarian. But trying to steal it is rash and stupid. We have nothing to defend ourselves against the Demon Lord's rage. Stop, my friend, before it's too late. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Deskari lift another of Izanaga's bodies and tear it to pieces with his bare hands. But I don't hear his howl of victory. The Demon Lord throws away the still body of his enemy and turns to us. The swarm of insects is biting at my feet, locusts covering my eyes and hitting me in my face, trying to get inside my nose, mouth and ears. Nevertheless, I get to it first, grab the giant scythe, and swing it awkwardly in the air. Riftcarver is so heavy in my hands. My hands instantly cramp. I have no idea how I managed to lift it at all. I drop the scythe on the ground, but the damage has been done. Right in front of me there is the small rift. A wound in space, the smell of Alushinra's sewage coming out of it. A wonderful smell that brings me hope for salvation. I grab Kinney's sleeve and dive into the rift, only for a moment before Deskari's claws cut the air where we just stood. Storyteller catches his breath and wipes the sweat from his forehead. I angered a Demon Lord, and my life was hanging by a thread. I never thought that something like that could happen in my life. Storyteller shakes his head distrustfully. How many dark sides of my past will I have to find? I'm starting to fear what I might see in the next page of my notebook. Okay, there we go. That's all of the stuff with the what's it called done for now. Well, we've got to go to the Shrine of Baphomet, and save Ember. Weirdly enough, I don't like the fact that one of my companions has been stolen. It's a tad rude, honestly. Holy shit, Power of Faith's way better than I thought it was. Also, no, actually no, why'd I do that? There we go. Wait, why did I take Rigil when I wanted to take Arochet? I want my amazing archer bunch.